It's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's our goal. Hey, it's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's also a show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Breaking Bread with Tom Papa. I'm Tom Papa. Dun, 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 dun. We have a very fun show for you today. I'm not going to tell you why just yet. But I'd like to thank the people at Nuts.com for coming on board and sponsoring today's show. Whether you're someone on the go who needs a quick snack on the way, or someone who spends time at home and needs a stocked snack drawer, which I do, Nuts.com has you covered. I've been using it so much, my wife, if I'm eating a nut, she says it better be from Nuts.com. Nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at Nuts.com/Papa. Go check out all the delicious options at Nuts.com/Papa. You'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. That's Nuts.com/Papa. It's funny, like I literally, as I'm reading this, I'm excited because I know I'm running low and I get to go back to the site, which is so much fun just to be shopping at Nuts.com. I know it sounds like I'm kissing ass to my sponsor, but I love Nuts.com. Okay, so more about that later. So this is a good little, I'm going to say, a little chapter in Breaking Bread. We have a guest who our listeners adore, and I adore, and she's been on the program more than any other guest, and I can only be talking about Kira Soltanovich, and Kira is here today, and from what I can gather, you're never going to leave.
No.
You are now going to be with me on our program every time.
It's only because parking is so hard around here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth it for me to have to keep looking for parking.
So you're just, so even beyond the podcast, you're going to just stay in the studio.
I'm just going to be here. I don't know why it's so difficult. I get it. It's like busy and there's all the little places to eat and it's lunchtime and everyone's milling about, but it's a little ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is.
And I wonder if it's because of the time we were recording. Because I felt like we've asked, since we moved to this new studio, we've asked our people, our guests, how's the parking? And they all, I got the sense that they were all just being nice when they're like, it was okay.
Oh, no, they're being nice.
They're being nice.
I parked and took an Uber. They're being nice. Yeah, so I'm just going to be here now.
Well, all right. Well, I love this. This is going to be good for us. And if we're going to have a guest, sometimes we're going to have guests. Next week, we're going to have a guest. But you will be here with me.
I would love a guest.
So we don't have to talk to each other?
Me and you gazing into the same corneas every week. Yeah, let's mix it up.
All right. So let's get some guests once in a while.
A new cornea.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on board. This is going to be
excited.
This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm sorry about the parking. All right. So now that we're going into this new phase, I think that I should be honest with you. No secrets, right?
No, we shouldn't.
No secrets. Maybe a couple, but no secrets. We have a parking space here at the compound.
What?
One parking space.
Oh, well, I get it. Message received.
My car is in that space right now.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Now, here's what I've been thinking. Because this is so close to where I live, I have been fantasizing about a bicycle.
Ooh.
And I know it's going to be hard to ask your advice because I know you're not going to be giving me advice to help me. You're really just going to be trying to figure out how you can get the parking space. Mm-hmm. But when I was in Montreal, I was just in Montreal for the comedy festival, and you see people on bikes. Yeah. And I like those cool bikes that not a lot of gears, not a lot of things. It's just kind of like streamlined. You know what I mean? European-looking bicycle. Very simple. I could just pedal my way here, and then you could use the space.
Look, since we're being honest,
Yeah.
no secrets.
No secrets.
From a very early age, I have really loved Nutscom too.
Yeah.
And I would not talk you out of biking just for your health, not for me. I'm much younger than you, so I can walk.
What?
I can walk the 27 blocks I had to walk to get here.
Yeah.
I'm much better shape.
Have you ever tried parking on the other side?
I'm
off
out of LA.
Off of the LA? No,
out of LA County.
No, off of the main boulevard.
Yes,
on that other side.
I am off of the
Because I always find spots over there.
I'm off of the main.
Oh, really? You're
yes,
in a secondary?
I'm on a couple mains over. It's fine. I'm just messing with you.
All right.
I support you biking. Mm-hmm. There's electric bikes.
I know. Okay, so this is something that I just read last night. In the New York Times, I think. I may have been in cover story. Below the fold. It's all the big stuff is up above the fold, and then you have below the fold. And this is below the fold, but still first page that teenagers are killing themselves on electric bikes.
What? Like
they go 20 miles an hour.
So accidentally.
Yeah. This isn't a new attempt to end it all.
Like a pact.
No, they think they're having fun.
Right.
And they're on those bikes that like Arnold Schwarzenegger drives around with the big fat tires.
Yeah.
And their little EV. Well, apparently they're kind of dangerous and kids aren't wearing helmets. I'm not interested in that.
You don't. But you would be safe. Kids are also riding those hoverboards that burst into flames, and we would never do that either. And there are a lot of things that kids do that we would never do.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, you'd be safe. You'd go slowly.
This is perfect.
Would you just turn signals?
When you vacation, are you a activity person or a lounge person?
It depends.
It depends.
Depends. Where are we?
Okay, so you're going to a resort on the beach.
Yep.
And you're not bringing along your children.
Oh, God. That's... I just felt like something inside my soul when you said that. The first thing in my mind was, sand toys.
Right, I know.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So where's my wetsuit? Mine's ripped. I want this one. Yeah. So, without my kids, I'm going to do everything.
You're going to do
everything?
everything?
I'm going to do everything.
I would think you'd be exhausted and you get there and don't do anything.
Yes. So the first couple days, you just sit.
Yeah.
And you let your eyes uncross.
Right.
Right? And just let them kind of go into their natural state. And then I want to find the volcano.
You do?
Yes. I want to get do the bike tour.
Kayak.
Or some sort of donkey thing.
Oh, geez.
There's always a donkey trek, right? It's always a donkey that takes you somewhere, and then you take like an ATV back. There's always one
some
of
guy
those
meets you.
Excursions, or like you take a donkey there, and then you just zip line back to the hotel. The whole thing is just one long zip line. Oh, yeah.
All right. So, but when you
activities.
say that with the kids, when the kids are hoverboarding and doing all this stuff, so you're into activities, but not dumb activities that you'll be hurt.
I just the bike situation. We have a lot where I live, okay, because we're out in suburbia, and there are a lot of hills, so a lot of kids want to get around, but not on a regular bike.
So there's a lot of EV bikes.
There are tons. Massive. I mean, they look like tires from a Delta, 747. They're huge.
They do look cool.
Yeah. But I mean, yes, I'm sure they're not being safe. But when I was a kid, they weren't safe on skateboards. My kids are not safe with spoons. So kids are just, they're not bright.
Yeah, no.
And I think you would be smart and safe.
And
you would tuck your jeans into your socks. Like, you'd be that guy. You'd be okay.
No, but I'm not bringing this up for my new bike idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing this up because...
I'm still pushing that.
I know. All right, I'll give you the spot.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. Well, actually, we'll talk to the owner, too. Maybe she'll let us... I'm kind of been charming her. I may have some tricks up my sleeve. Yeah. That aside... Biking here, that's fine. I don't see that really as an activity. I see that as a commute.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Back to the resort.
Yes.
My wife. Love loves a nice activity.
Yeah.
Loves an activity. Wants to kayak, wants to rock climb. I think she's rock climbing right now.
Where is she?
In an indoor rock
rock climbing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loves an activity. I don't. I want to be in the lounge chair.
Yeah.
Nachos, maybe cocktail, a little dip in the pool, back to the sun, a book, back to the thing.
I think both are important.
Right?
But don't you, after like 2-3 days of that, and you're like, oh, we got like 4 more days here. You got to zip line.
I don't have to zip line.
You have to zip
I
line.
don't have to zip line.
At some point.
Someone just died on a zip line, right?
Oh, Jesus.
You saw that story?
No. Stop reading the newspapers.
Somebody died. Joey, do you know about the zip line guy?
For crying out loud.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was bad. I think it might have been a family.
Where?
In the top of a jungle where they always do it.
Yeah.
Which I actually had a joke about this in my act for a long time. Of like, you're on vacation. How bored are you on vacation that now you're in Costa Rica? You've got the beaches. You've got the and now you got to put on a dirty harness and a sweaty helmet filled with lice. So like, isn't it enough glory?
My kids are probably ziplining right now.
Are they really?
They have a zip line at their camp, and I think they use a coffee filter as like a condom for each helmet. So they each have to I think they put a coffee filter on, and then they share the helmets.
Yeah, you don't have to be doing this.
Here's
now,
the thing.
I was down at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Very pretty area, and every day, I mean, I definitely realized how tired I was from touring, that I, every day, got my book and went to the beach and set up my chair and sat there like a clam.
Yeah.
And then we had a friend who is Action Johnson. He has a paddleboard. He's got a surfboard. He does wind sailing. He's jogging on the beach. He's Mr. Activity, lives there year round. And we're friends with him. And he comes over to us and says, I brought the paddleboard if you guys want a paddleboard. And my wife had mentioned it earlier that she would like to paddleboard. And she wasn't feeling great. And she's like, no, thank you. And my wife has been trying to get me to paddleboard we've been married 23 years, probably 21 years. She's been trying to get me to paddleboard. It looks stupid. I don't want a paddleboard. So he leaves and he comes back. I was like, "Ooh, good." He didn't say anything to me. Then he comes back and says, I didn't want to be rude, but I have the paddleboard. Tom, if you want a paddleboard, I'd be more than happy to push you out into the ocean with no lessons and let you paddleboard. And I was like, oh, man, I knew it was coming. And I felt like that activity, there's a lot of activity peer pressure. There's a lot of activity peer pressure.
Well, paddleboarding in the Atlantic does not feel fun to me at all.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Everything in my brain is telling me the stories
a lagoon.
A pond
like
in a golf course.
Yeah, a pond, a koi pond. No, not the Atlantic.
So I'm feeling the pressure. My wife feels bad that she turned him down. He's looking there like, you want to do it? And I was like, you know what? I can do things. I'm not a clam. I can go, sure, I'll paddleboard. And he pushed me. He said, great. He was all excited. He got the paddleboard, gave me the stick, and
It's an oar, but okay.
It's a paddle. And he pushes me into the ocean and break the waves and get out there. And I fell for 10 minutes straight I've never stood on one before, and I'm trying to stand on it, and the waves are coming. And I did it for about 10 minutes, landed on my rib on the paddleboard. This is 4 or 5 weeks ago, Joey, about, right, since I've been back. Still can't sleep on my left side. I think I broke a rib on the paddleboard.
Oh.
The good news is I'll never have to paddleboard again.
You will never. You will never. Do you want me to Mr. Miyagi you?
Yeah?
Yeah, I can do it. And I'll heal it immediately.
As our listeners know, Kira is a gypsy.
Yeah. I got lotions.
Not in a
potions.
Derogatory term.
No.
This is a
in the best
magical,
way.
healing gypsy.
I have tinctures with me right now. I always will have a tincture. The other day, my husband was like, "Oh God, my wrist is weird." I was like, "I have 3 different creams. 3 different creams for you."
Did it work?
Yeah.
You did swoop in during COVID when I got COVID.
Yeah.
And you brought, I think, 200 different homeopathic tinctures, pills.
Little drops of this.
Yeah. I have to say, those things never look that impressive. Like the pill, like their packaging, because, they're not a giant company. It's like a guy in his basement making allergy pills.
No.
And they're just blank, and it just says, pill for allergy.
No.
Yes.
Completely wrong.
It's like it's like one step lower than generic.
It's a multi-million-dollar company
that's making those bad package things.
They're not bad package, but what do you want them to have? You want glitter to come out when you open it, or
when I see the Advil label, I'm comforted. I don't know why.
Do you know why? I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because there's like 50 warnings on there, and you're like, now this is medicine. If I take a little too much, I will diarrhea all over the place. Like, you don't want, if you want to shit your pants, yes, you want to be comforted with the packaging with all the, exclamation points and the hazards and a skull. And
I like a nice Advil.
Sure. And I'm giving you the alternative.
You're giving me St. John's wort.
That's right. Yes.
Derived whatever.
Yeah.
You did look, whatever you gave me during COVID was, I have to say, helpful.
I have the text. Here's what you texted me. 2 other friends tested positive the same day I did, and I just tested negative, and they haven't.
Aha.
I put that on my brochure, that quote. On my gypsy
on your
healing.
new gypsy book.
Brochure. Tom Papa, you cured me.
Yeah. What would you do for my paddleboard rib?
Oh, well, I can Mr. Miyagi you a little bit, and then you need like
time.
A lot of time. Arnica for sure.
Who's Arnica?
She's this alt comic who does rooms in Silver Lake.
Yeah, I saw her at the festival.
I don't know how bad it is, but Arnica helps with any kind of bruising, anything, to help heal.
It's a pill?
It dissolves in your mouth. They all dissolve in your mouth.
I love a dissolve.
Yes, a sublingual.
Man,
Hello.
I bring B12 with me on the road.
Yeah.
And I bought the wrong kind, and you just swallow it.
No.
The other one dissolves in your mouth. And I think it works better.
Yeah, it's fast.
You feel, it kicks in maybe.
Right.
I like a nice dissolve.
So I would you can put some Arnica cream on it. I think that's a little bit out of my pay grade.
And I'm kind of like, before it hurt all here. Now it's like it's healing because it's now down to its spot that was fractured by the dumb paddleboard.
Okay, so there's activities, and then there's ridiculous things. I would never paddleboard.
Most activities.
Start on your knees.
I did start on my knees.
Okay.
And then, but then you're supposed to be standing up, and I tried. And I'm not non-athletic. I can do things. This was stupid, and I knew it was going to be stupid. For 21 years, I said, "This is stupid," and I was right.
But now we have
vindicated.
Something to talk about on the podcast.
That's okay. So name an activity, and I'll tell you whether it's stupid or not.
Okay. I would never do this, but there was a activity that we could have done.
Uh-huh.
They were hardcore, go through the mud, and you have to wear not only like a big, huge, massive helmet, but it's the like a mask because so much mud gets in your face. ATV tours. It was offered at our resort.
Just out of courtesy, I didn't say stupid as soon as you said you have to wear a mud thing. I was just being respectful and didn't want to interrupt.
Like, that's how much mud will get
in
up
your face,
nose, and in all of the holes that God gave you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, ATV on its own, maybe in a nicer climate or less muddy place.
But it doesn't matter because then it's dust. So if you're out just on a dirt road, then it's just just dust.
All right, ATV's stupid.
ATV's stupid.
Kayaking.
So I enjoy a nice kayak. I went in Austin with my best friend, and my kid was in the back. He was like 9 or 10 at the time. And I screamed the entire time as if I was on a roller coaster.
Were you going on rapids?
No.
This was flat?
But I just
wee?
No, not in a fun way.
Oh.
Slow down, guys. No. Hey, guys, wait, we're wrong way. I'm going to the left. Where are you going? Because I was in the front and I couldn't see anything. And then I immediately had that parent guilt of like, what have I done? My kid is on this kayak, and my best friend's an absolute lunatic. I love her, but she's just pissing herself laughing the whole time because I'm having a breakdown.
Because you're so nervous.
Because, if you're crashing, people are there, and then you go into the weeds, and then you can't get out, and then ducks, and then just everywhere. And then people are floating on there, like sun tanning and not moving and not keeping the traffic. And
where was this?
Austin, right there, like in,
in their little river?
Yeah, where there's a bridge, and you always see pictures of people right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Stupid.
Lots of kayaks.
Stupid.
So you have to...
Most water activities are stupid. Paddleboard, 2 people in a paddleboard with your little pedals.
Oh, yeah, the little... I've done that with my kids.
Yeah, dumb. Tubing, you ever go tubing?
I have.
Another summer activity?
I have. The worst sunburn of my life. The worst. Yeah. Because you can't like flip over or reapply. You have nothing with you.
Right.
And you just out there just
bacon
kill
in
me.
a
Kill
tube.
Me, son. Yeah.
I actually hurt my rib.
Oh, Jesus.
When I did that.
I think it's your rib.
I do have weak ribs,
you
apparently.
might have an extra rib.
There's actually a third water thing. I tried surfing in Costa Rica, and the board went into my ribs.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. My ribs always end up in trouble. And the tube, you're just a leaf. There's no steering it.
No.
There's no paddling. You're just, they stick you in it. A hillbilly puts you in it and pushes you into the water.
And then you go with a group, and we're like, we're all going to hold on. And then you're immediately just dispersed. Like, you're just gone. All your friends are like, where are you? I can't get to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, again, where is my child? I have the immediate, like,
where's my
what
kid?
have I done? I'm, separated from my kid.
I went down a rapid, got flipped over on the tube, got pushed down by the waterfall into a rock at the bottom. So I'm spread eagle around a rock. Oof.
Your rib, let me guess.
And my rib.
I will tell you, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever done. So
This
much
podcast?
fun.
Agreeing to do
It's
this
another,
podcast?
yes. Another regret. Where are my children? I went spelunking.
Okay. Harnessing, dropped by a rope into a cave.
Into a hole.
Into a hole in the
Just
earth.
one of Earth's many holes. And it was in Llangollen, Wales.
Okay.
So, I'm not saying that everything's done by the book in the United States, but when you're in another country, you don't know what kind of corners they're cutting.
Any country that doesn't have a legal system that allows frivolous lawsuits.
Right. Exactly.
Which is horrible, but at the other end of it means overregulated, and there's going to be actually harnesses that work.
How many times you've been in another country and you see like just a piece of the sidewalk missing? I walk by and go, that's a lawsuit. Right. And nobody in that country cares. They're just like, this is how we live. So we're in, and it's a bunch of, locals and then a few Americans.
Yeah.
And we go down into this hole.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I was like, what am I doing? I have made a terrible mistake.
I love how you didn't think of it
No,
before when they said, hey,
young.
we're going to do this.
Because I was young.
Right.
I was probably only like 20, 21.
Okay.
So I was a kid and I was dumb.
Yeah.
And there was probably a cute boy.
Yep.
Yep. So we get lowered in, and then the guy proceeds to tell us, after we're already in Earth's ear hole, that, hey, there are some parts with a lot of water. So you're going to have to swim.
What?
And right away, he took us down one of the, paths. And the top of the cave is here, and the top of water is here.
No.
Like we were rescuing people.
You're up to your neck in water, and the top of it is at your head.
Yes. And then the water receded, thank God. But so did the cave. And then we had to roll. You couldn't even squat. He's like, now this is the part where you just roll through to the next. He called rooms. I don't know why he acted like we were at a Holiday Inn. He's like, oh, this next room. What are you talking about? This isn't a room.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
It was that.
Wait.
I know.
I'm so claustrophobic right now. I'm about to throw up. When you are that deep and the water's rising and you're rolling, and are you attached to a rope that'll get you back to the beginning?
Zero. Nothing.
So if you're on your own, you're down there, you die down there.
Well, you go with a group.
I know, but I'm saying, great, if there is no group.
If there, no.
This isn't, someone has to know how we're getting back.
No,
because you're meandering under the earth.
Yeah.
How's it, you have headlamps?
Yes. So we had full on, the full on zip, like a mechanic's, full on.
Oh.
And then, so we're rolling. No, the water had gone down, thankfully.
Did you pay them to do this?
Of course we did. A lot of money.
Oh my God.
And we're rolling. We get into another area and we're like, thank God. And then, people in the UK, they're just douchebags. And he goes, now we're going to walk through a little bit of water, but there are poisonous fish that live down here. So you have to run like crazy. Now, there probably weren't poisonous fish, but
I bet there were.
Ran like lunatics. We ran through there, and it was so frightening.
Oh,
the entire thing,
God.
It got scarier and scarier. Then there was a part where we were nose to tail, with each other, on our bellies, and there was a guy who was a little hefty.
Oh no!
And there's cave wall above you,
right
next to you, and you're on your tummy on a cave wall, and he's
in the 80s we'd call that a fatty.
And he started to hyperventilate. And this Welsh guy in his crazy accent is telling him, just don't breathe as much.
Oh.
Because when you hyperventilate, your ribs expand. Oh, God, you would have hurt your ribs for sure.
I would have hurt my ribs.
And so he's like, just shallow breathing. But when you're doing shallow breathing, you're telling your brain also, there's a problem.
Right.
Yeah. And he was right in front of me.
You're spinning. Now you're like, don't panic.
Don't panic.
But so why I'm going to panic. And it just, get me
had
out of the hole.
Yeah. And I had to I was rubbing his leg. I was like, you're doing great. You can do it. Meanwhile, I'm looking down. We're going through like bunnies. We're going through like little bunny rabbits, like
like an ant farm.
Yeah. And so I'm looking down behind me and I see all the people's heads and headlights staring at me like, are you guys going to go? I got it.
So he froze. He's not going.
He froze. He was right in front of me.
He's a big clog in the pipe.
That's right. And I start rubbing his legs.
Oh, my God.
This is where my gypsy came out. And I'm telling him, you're doing great.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, you know what? You're taking a little break. That's okay. Don't listen to them. I know they're crying and people are losing and asking for their moms, but don't listen to the people.
I know you don't. You're a very funny comedian, but you don't normally do impressions.
No.
Can I ask you to do an impression of what he was doing while you're saying? Like that?
Yeah. Moaning.
No.
Moaning.
A high-pitched
moaning. This big dude, massive,
crying.
Probably 6'5".
Is he crying?
Probably 6'5".
6'5".
Yes, massive dude, and he was from Wales. He was a local. You would think they would have some Nuts.com.
Oh my God!
But I had to just
poor guy. So then he starts to go.
And he starts to inch
starts
forward.
to wiggle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
was
What really breaks
insane.
my heart is I could see myself becoming that guy.
Sure.
I think we talked about this. I don't get claustrophobic a lot, but I've had a couple moments where it did come over me. And one time I was in this tiny little sports car and they strap you in and then they close the thing and you're like, hi. And one time I was in a small commuter flight and the door wouldn't open. And it was one of those where businessmen have to literally squat to get on the plane.
No, see, I can't. I freak out in the third row of a minivan.
That happened to me too.
You can't get out.
You can't get out.
And there's no window.
That happened to me where friends were taking us to the Hollywood Bowl, and we're going to see a little concert with us, our friends who are hosting, and another couple. And we're going to get in the other couple's car. And so Tom and Cynthia, you go into the back row, and we're going to be in traffic for the next hour. And I'm in the thing, and everyone else starts getting in, and I just literally, these are new people. I don't know them. You're trying to make a good impression. You want to get to know you. I can't. I'm coming forward. Coming through. What? Tom? No, I'm coming forward. And I'm lying on top of everybody. And I'm like kicking people in the face. And I'm like, I have to be in the front seat or I'm not going. Sorry. I can't handle it. I really was like...
Because then you're like, a little air, please? Can you turn on the AC? Oh, yeah. And then they get, music first. Or, ha, ha, ha. They have their own little private jokes in the front. And you're like, I need air. I went to
can't do it.
Hebrew Academy when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And it was not anywhere close to my house. But they had this 15-passenger shuttle van that they would go around picking kids up in San Francisco.
To bring you to school.
To bring us to Hebrew Academy. I was it was 5, 6, 7.
A little bugger.
And there were no seats left by the time they got to me. I sat on the wheel well.
Yeah.
In the back. And I think
that did it.
It traumatized me.
Yeah.
Because you just bouncing around here, that feeling of like, I can't escape anywhere.
If anything goes wrong, and this is kind of logical, you have to really just kind of block it out. It's logical. If there's trouble, I'm in the ass end of this. Yeah. I'm in trouble.
Right.
Can't do it.
So no spelunking for you, probably.
No spelunking.
Yeah.
If there's spelunking, anything that says adventure in the brochure.
No hot air balloon?
If the concierge is like, you're going on this adventure. No, I did hot air. Actually, I did not have in Africa. I took my family and we did a hot air balloon. It was fun. It was magical. Again, stupid. Could be because you can't steer a hot air balloon. And we ended up off course in the plains of Africa and ended up in this village.
No.
Where they had not seen people like us.
No.
And
are you pitching me a movie right now?
And they all had, each person from the village had their own pack of dogs. So there were like 50 dogs. They had sticks and dogs, and they're looking at us. And I was trying to be cool, like, hey, this is no reason to freak out here. And then the driver who comes to pick you up when your balloon eventually lands, who is African, and he showed up, and he had a extreme look of urgency on his face. Like, okay, get in the van. And he got us in the van and, like, went over, like, trees and stuff to get us out of there very quickly.
Holy shit. And you had your kids with you?
I had my kids with us. My kids actually got us through about 15 minutes of it because they broke out their iPhone and they were like, oh, what is this? She took a picture of them and then they were like, they thought maybe we were magical.
You? What?
Tanzania. Or if you're European, you say Tanzania.
Oh.
And if you're Italian, you say Tanzania. So it was beautiful and fun activity. That'll be cool. Dumb. Again, dumb. You end up in a situation where I don't know, but from the way the guide was acting, he was afraid they were going to eat us.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That would terrify me. Again, I would be worried, like, what have I put my kids through? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's where we're different. I'm really thinking about
care.
myself.
Yeah, I got you. We were at Chichen Itza in Cancun.
Bless you.
And we took the freeway out there. Easy. And on the way back, my husband, who likes to pretend that he's Latino, he is, but he's not really. Like, he starts talking to this guy, a local guy, in Spanish to see if we're on the right, going the right way to get back on that freeway to go back to our hotel. And the guy sent us a whole different way. Oh. And it took us twice as long because we went through every single village with kids that chase your car like they don't see cars. Like, that's how rare. And there are massive, I'm not exaggerating, like as big as your head tarantulas in the road.
Oh my God.
Massive. And everyone's burning their trash. So you just are driving through an apocalypse with just kids begging for food. And then we have to stop because there are these tarantulas.
Yeah.
And then speed bumps. Like every little village had these. And then just fires surrounding you. And I go, Michael, what did that dude at the gas station say? And he goes, hi, you know I don't speak Spanish. Why did you start interacting with him? I don't know. I just wanted to.
Your husband was behind the wheel?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was driving.
Oh my God.
And like felt bad. He didn't want to run over a child, which I understand, but if this child wants to murder us,
yeah,
we might have to run over a couple of kids.
Yeah,
we might have to. They are jumping on the Jeep.
Thankfully, there's no police.
And our Jeep didn't have doors.
Oh my God.
It was just an open, vulnerable Jeep.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. The spelunking story, the paddleboard story, the apocalypse safari story, none of these happen at the lounge chair at the pool while you're waiting for room service to bring you $50 nachos.
I'm with you. I think you can do both.
Why?
Don't you want to go see
Why?
an ancient ruin?
Yeah, I'll take a little hike.
There you go.
You're
That's what I'm
walking.
saying. An ancient ruin.
An ancient
Snap
ruin.
some pictures.
Hike. I'm with you. I'll do that. I'll even kayak in a mellow environment.
Yeah.
Like a little paddle. That seems okay.
2-3 days at the pool or on the beach. Great. But after that, come on.
Yeah.
Go rent a Jeep without doors.
Anytime you
Or a
think
roof.
of something and you think, what's the bad thing that can happen? It could happen. Your ziplining thing, we don't have really good internet here. Next time, I'll
What
tell
is
you
it?
the internet story of the
Oh,
I
the
think-
guy that...
yeah, like I think a
Oh,
kid went
God.
out, got stuck, and then the other guy had to come, and like a bunch of them came, and then they all fell.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
The zip line just...
I think so.
Oh, my God. All right.
And
All right, no more
anytime you
ziplining.
go in the water now,
Great.
it seems that the whales and the alligators have figured out that they don't have to chase after those wily sea otters and those little scamps. If you just go where the humans are,
Yeah.
you can get a lot of meat without much struggle. And the whales and the alligators are eating us now.
Well, whales are not.
Yeah.
Whales?
There was an Instagram video of a whale
Lord.
that ate a person and spit him back out. And the guy was okay. Like Pinocchio.
Come on.
I swear.
Look,
Joey, we've got to increase our internet speed.
everything is
because
dangerous.
we've got to call this up, not just for Kira, but for because I'm really good with news blurbs. Like,
it sounds like you're looking for how do people die on vacation so that you can use that
no,
as a way not to do
these
anything.
stories just come at you
You're
because they
manifesting
happen all
them.
the time.
You're manifesting them into your life.
The whales are starting to hang out where the people are because they can eat them rather than the sea otters.
I don't think whales eat people, though.
There's
Like
a whale that's actually called a killer whale.
Okay.
And it's because it kills people and eats them.
No. It will drag
They're
you
not
to the
called
bottom of a pool at SeaWorld.
They're not called the Let's Go on a Ride whale. Aren't I adorable whale? They're called a killer whale.
But, okay, but certain whales can't actually eat us.
The ones who
That
have no
eat
teeth?
Krill, yes, like a blue whale,
Right,
a sperm whale.
right. They just gum things.
Yeah, they just let krill kind of pass through.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if that's how we ate as humans?
Just walk
We just
through.
sit there and just walk through food, just
Like being at a Costco with all the samples.
just cherry cake.
There's also the killer whales this summer are showing up where people go on tours in their little boats, and they're done with it, and they're ramming the boats now. Another activity.
Okay, I will say this. When we went to Chichen Itza,
Bless you.
which is it's a pyramid with the stairs, that you go up.
That's cool.
Before we left, there was this weirdo schmeardo concierge at our hotel who was like, hey, just be careful, because sometimes, last week there was a couple at the top of Chichen Itza, and they were like, we made it. And then they knocked this woman down when they said we made it, and she just went clink, 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 clink,
like a
clink,
slinky?
clink, clink, down the entire pyramid. Because there's nothing to grab onto. There's nothing to stop you because it's the steps are too shallow. It's too, you know what I mean? Like she just went down.
I feel like you would have been able to stop yourself.
Well, it scared the hell out of me. So and Mike to this day does not let me live this down. There's a rope that you can hold on to. And I went down with the rope the entire way down. And there were 80-year-old grandmas just like walking down normally, like do 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 do. I'm sitting there feeling the step behind me with my foot before I, God forbid, I was like, there's no way some crazy tourist from Germany is gonna knock me down.
So, okay, so this is the end of the go see a ruin day, and you started off by saying, "What about a ruin?"
Yes, because we already rented the Jeep without doors.
Yeah, but I didn't. I haven't done it yet.
I know.
When my wife says, "Let's go do the thing,"
just be careful. I'm just letting you know. Don't, stay away from German tourists.
This is similar to the Billionaire Submarine story. He wanted to go see the Titanic, and he got in a submarine and didn't come back, right? He could have gone on YouTube and looked at the Titanic.
All of this can be done on YouTube.
Right? All of it.
All of life.
I want to see those ruins in Chichen Itza.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if we had better Wi-Fi here, I could be looking at it right now.
Yeah. You don't have to leave ever.
You really don't.
You don't have to go anywhere. The thing with the submarine people is why first of all, why that much money? The minute something costs that much money and it's not a house, even if you're
or a
multi-millionaire, right?
Yeah.
That already, you're not going to make any good choices. That's way too much money.
For an activity.
Way too much.
What was it? It was like
it was $250,000.
$250,000 to go do
but
something.
One guy went with his son, so it was $500,000 for him.
Right.
$500,000. Like,
yeah.
buy. I would even be like, buy a crazy car that's $500,000.
But isn't that the whole luxury culture? It's like you can have a knockoff Louis Vuitton bag on Canal Street for $25 that 90% of the people will think is a real Louis Vuitton bag. Or you could spend $3,000 on the Louis Vuitton bag. And it's like, if you price it, the richy riches want it more. You know what I mean? Not everyone can afford a $500,000 sub thing.
Yeah.
So I feel good about doing it. Right?
And those people, like, I just wouldn't trust them with anything.
Nothing. It's bad judgment.
Look at your choices you're making.
Yeah. Like, give that one, buy some books for the school in your town.
Yes.
Right? How about that?
When I see people spend thousands on shoes, you're going to go walk through the excrement of a city.
Right. Literally.
And
yeah.
Why?
Right. Why?
I don't know. I can't take it. I can't stand it. I feel like that excess. But they had told the sub guys, hey, we don't really know if this is going to work.
Well, they had all the warnings. Yeah. For sure.
So also
and you could have, and I know this has been talked over to death, but there was like that one little porthole, and it's like, or YouTube and AirPlay it on your big screen, and you can be at the Titanic.
And what if that sub ended up in some African village where they all have dogs
that swim underwater?
Right? It comes up and it's in Tanzania.
Kira.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes when we're on the road together, we love going for coffee. And we also love a nice little snack. We love a little snack. And we're not people who which this is a larger question, which we'll get into after this. But you don't even eat bread or sugar or much food at all.
I just have people regurgitate into my mouth. That's how I get my sustenance.
If you want to live like Kira, which is way too extreme, or if you want to live like myself, which is healthy but enjoying himself once in a while with some gummy bears dipped in chocolate, Nuts.com has you covered. Do you like cashews, gummy bears, olives? What about popcorn, saltwater taffy? What about sesame sticks, dried fruit? Would you eat dried fruit?
Yeah.
Chocolate-covered espresso beans. If your ears perked up at a few of these things, you want to know where you can get them, go to Nuts.com. It's so fun when you go onto the site. It really, like the just array of things that you can get. And you can get things just for a road trip. You can get things to stock your pantry. They're so much fun. The packaging is fun. Everything about them is great. Nuts.com is our one-stop shop for freshly roasted nuts, dried fruit, sweets, pantry staples like specialty flours, and more. Their wide selection means there is something for everyone. I have this drawer where I keep all the snacks, and I try and keep healthy things in there. I'm trying to not go too chippy. I'm trying to just real foods.
Yeah.
So sunflower seeds,
yeah,
some dried fruit, some mixed trail mix, and all those containers are now very low, and I'm starting to panic.
Do they have dark chocolate-covered espresso beans?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
No, really?
I'm all about it.
You would do that?
Yeah.
You can have dark chocolate?
Well, yeah, because dark chocolate doesn't have a lot of sugar.
I'm so excited you're on this program. It really is a great service, and you should do it. Right now, Nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at Nuts.com/Papa. So go check out all the delicious options at Nuts.com/Papa. You'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. And it's a deal. The things are really reasonably priced. When you get $29 or more, you're going to be stocked up with a free gift and free shipping. That's Nuts.com/Papa. So you are now a part of the Breaking Bread family. Do we have a problem that you don't eat bread?
I love bread. I'm not saying I will never eat it again in my life. But right now, I'm not eating it.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean I don't like breaking bread, which is not, that doesn't mean just eating. You're breaking bread, you're hanging out. You're
ceremonial.
You're communing with people.
While we commune, and I was thinking about this today, I was like, what should I bring? Because I want to host, and I want us to enjoy ourselves. It's not great to always chew on the mic. People get angry at that sometimes.
Yeah.
But if I were to bring something, what would you enjoy?
A steak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Is that what you're eating now? Just pure steak?
I mean, I do eat steak, yes, but I eat other things too.
Like what?
Ground beef.
What did you have last night for dinner?
We had steak last night. We did. But the
anything on the side?
Sometimes.
No.
An avocado or a cucumber.
Right?
Yeah.
Some of the finest steakhouses in America, you go and you order a steak and they say, and how would you like your cucumber?
Just a little bit of salt. I actually do make meat really good right now.
Really?
I know how to do a nice piece of meat.
Really? Okay,
yes.
So how did you do it last night?
Well, last night Mike did it. My husband did it. But I get flanken ribs. Have you ever gotten flanken style?
Al Franken ribs?
Yes, Al Franken. They're very left-leaning. And they are really thin cut. And just the way...
Like a flank steak.
Flank, yeah, okay. I
Right?
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And what? All right.
Flanken style.
Flanken style.
That's what they call them. I don't know why.
That sounds like a cute Trader Joe's play on Halloween.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Flanken style.
But just I do it in the oven.
In the
really
oven.
thin, and just 10 minutes on each side. Salt, pepper, garlic, and that's it.
Really?
Oh my God.
You're not a griller?
I will. Yes, I can grill.
Yeah.
I like to grill too.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm going to embarrass Joey now. We also call him Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Joey, you and I'm Joey and I work together. He's a budding comedian. I'm trying to show him the ropes.
Yeah.
And I brought him to a fancy steakhouse in Cincinnati. They have a great steakhouse there called Jack Ruby, and I didn't even realize. I think I was a martini in, so I didn't really clock this. Joey, tell Kira the weight of the steak that you ordered that night.
It was a whopping 4 ounces.
Oh my God. I had 4 ounces at the red light while I was looking for parking. 4 ounces.
4 ounces.
Wow, what a big boy.
Oh, yeah,
And did
still
you
digesting it?
did you
It's
finish
still-
all 4 or did you take some to go?
Yeah, no, finished it all.
Yeah.
Why did he order? Did
I
you
don't
give
know.
him
I didn't
a
even know that
budget?
was. I didn't even know it was an offer. No, I mean he was.
You like when you tell your kids you can order just from this side of the
Right.
menu?
I don't think he wasn't doing it to try and be nice to the travel budget. He was just. This is. Oof. I don't know if I can eat all of this. I think he wrapped up half of it and brought it to his room.
No.
Yeah.
No, Joseph.
Yeah.
It was that or the mac and cheese.
Oh, so it was the kids menu. Yeah, that sounds like a kid-sized steak.
Yeah. All right. So, and look, I'm just trying to learn. So, if you're not eating steak, do you eat anything in between meals ever?
No.
Never.
No snacking.
No snacking at all.
No. Once in a while, a little treat or something. Sure, but it's not
Right.
like a normal thing.
But just on a normal
But I'm not
day.
hungry. I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry. What'd you have for breakfast?
3 poached eggs.
3 poached eggs.
Yeah. Which I'm also
Not on
really-
toast.
No.
No dipping that poached egg when it cracks.
No.
Right?
You
when
mean
it
the
runs.
yolk?
Yeah.
Oh, I dip bacon in it.
Ooh. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to dip something in it.
Yeah, for sure. Bacon.
So you're making bacon, and then you're making the poached eggs.
Yeah, and I have my coffee.
And coffee.
Yep.
That's a good breakfast.
It's a great breakfast.
It really is.
Yeah. And then I'll make some egg muffins. So I'll throw some pancetta and some mozzarella and some eggs and put them like, right? And then I throw them in a little muffin tin and some green onions, whatever, some spices, and throw it on top and bake those.
Oh.
So instead of going to Starbucks, they have those little egg things at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes out as a little,
it's a little muffin,
like a little
put
frittata.
some hot sauce on top.
Ooh. Is one satisfying?
No, 7. They're the mini ones. They're mini.
Oh, they're
so
minis.
my kids will eat them.
Oh, that's good.
But I also found a recipe, sorry. You can add it and make it like a real muffin, like add coconut flour to it and baking soda and like make like a real...
Like a muffin-y?
Muffin.
Coconut flour's okay.
No, I would make that for my kids.
Oh,
I wouldn't have that.
But you wouldn't have that.
No. But yeah, I'll make little egg muffins.
Should
Sure.
if we continue doing this together?
What do you mean if? I
Should
told
we
you
change,
I live here now.
Should we change the name to Boo Bread?
Boo Bread? What's Boo Bread?
Boo Bread.
Oh, boo. I thought you were saying Boobs Bread. I was like, Boobs Bread? No.
So, oh man, that's and your husband's okay with this?
Yeah.
He does.
Has
he lost weight since you took him off bread?
Yeah.
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 How much?
Yeah. I don't know, like 25 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For real?
For realsies. But it's not for everyone. That's why I don't even talk about it. I don't even tell people because people can tell like you look different. I'm like, yeah, you know why? Because I'm first of all not doubled over in pain.
Mm-hmm.
I was in so much pain. I would have a banana and I would be in a corner just rocking myself. Like, it was awful.
Really?
Didn't matter what I had. A salad, chicken breast. Like, I ate healthy. We were on the road
we eat healthy
for years, and you've seen I eat healthy. I'll just have salads but I was doubled over constantly.
Really?
I know.
Jeez.
So I did this more for medical reasons.
And how long did it take you to realize what was the thing that was causing the pain?
I had to
I know
blow
it's
in
always
a tube.
tricky.
I had to blow in a tube for 4 hours.
What?
I had to go to my doctor's office. He gave me a test for SIBO.
For SIBO.
And you sit there and do you remember when your wife was pregnant and she had to drink this disgusting, like, it's basically just pure sugar.
Yeah.
To see if she had gestational diabetes.
I don't
remember that. It was the
that.
same thing. It was just like pure, like, it came out like molasses. It was orange. It was disgusting. And then, so that spikes your insulin to see what your body does, right?
Yeah.
So I'm breathing into this tube for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
You have to, and then write down the
Literally
time.
4 hours?
4 hours.
You stayed there for 4 hours?
I did it at home.
So at home, you sit on the couch?
Sat there for 4 hours, and I had to mark the time. And then you seal the tube up quickly, and you put it in an envelope. You get a new tube, and you breathe into it.
God.
I know. I was like, you guys trust me with this?
And what did that tell you?
So then when they got the results, they were like, oh, your good bacteria is great.
Mm-hmm.
It is perfect, exactly where it's supposed to be.
Right.
So because it measures your gut microbiome.
Biome.
And your bad bacteria is frightening. Like, how are you alive?
Really? So you've competing good and bad bacteria.
But the bad was winning.
The bad was winning.
The bad was beating up the good.
And the bad lives off of
Sugar. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And now, in theory, you've starved that bacteria out.
Correct.
It's always present, but now the good guys are winning.
So, like, if I have a couple dark chocolate covered
espresso
beans, which I would love, right? A couple, I'm fine. If I couldn't have just a couple before.
Right.
I'd be like, why not 6 or 600? I would never know when, because they're delicious, right?
Yeah.
Then it would come back up. Yeah.
Wow.
I would feel it instantly. Instantly.
Even at this point? Like, now that it's been defeated and is now in my brain,
Like,
a little tiny worm in the corner of the cave?
Like blueberries. I can have blueberries. They're very low in sugar.
Yeah.
But I used to eat the entire box. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought I was being healthy. I'm
Yeah,
eating
they're
fruit.
blueberries.
I would sit there and just snack on blueberries.
Right.
So that's what I can have a couple strawberries, very low in sugar, by the way, if anyone's concerned.
Yeah.
Raspberry, strawberry, all the berries, blackberries.
They're okay.
Yeah, lowest in sugar.
Lowest in sugar. Popcorn, no salt?
I mean, I can have a couple, sure, but
Right.
I just feel so much better when I don't. I'm not saying I don't ever have these things.
You had these poached egg concoctions, and you had that in the morning,
Yeah.
and you won't eat again until...
Well, I haven't eaten since breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll grab,
What?
something. I don't know. Or I'll
What?
just wait for dinner.
When you're out in the wild, though,
Yeah. That's hard.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Jerky,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Anything that's meat.
Anything that just doesn't have sugar. String cheese,
Anything that doesn't have sugar.
just limit. I mean,
Right.
you can't go crazy. You have to still live.
Yeah.
But like those little prosciutto wrapped string cheeses.
Right.
Love those.
Those are good.
Just pop into Whole Foods, grab a couple if I'm hungry.
Right.
Tonight I'm making my chicken wings, my famous chicken wings for the family.
Oh.
Yeah. I make an amazing.
Yeah.
They get crispy.
Buffalo sauce.
I will make some. Yeah, I'll eat hot sauce. Yeah.
All right. That's
Garlic.
good.
Yeah, I'm not completely crazy.
Right. But nothing on the side of those wings.
Like what? Like a ranch?
Like a French fry.
No. Absolutely
When's the
not.
last time you had a French fry?
A year ago. So this September, it's a year.
Yeah.
It's a year.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you've gone without. Like you've dialed in. You feel good.
Amazing.
Feel amazing.
That's the thing. That's how you know you're on the right track.
Right.
Because if you're constantly looking at people's plates, like,
Yeah.
oh God, I wish I could have a double stuffed baked potato, then you're probably not doing the right thing for yourself because you're actually depriving. And I feel nothing. We just had a party for my 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Nothing but cakes.
Right.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had them?
Yeah, they're great.
Oh God, the frosting on top.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you won't.
You know, they offer double frosting. You know, you could pay a little extra and they just, they will.
And you won't, though.
I don't feel anything.
Man, oh, man.
I feel zero.
Amazing.
And it feels good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have that feeling. Because then psychologically, now you're like feeling bad about yourself. And the only thing I feel bad about, honestly, is talking about it. Because people are like, you psycho.
Oh, yeah. It is psychotic.
I know. It is.
It's not, and I get it. And it seems like I've never spoken to someone who's done this kind of a thing and doesn't feel great.
I feel beyond great.
I have spoken to a lot of people who at some point can't keep it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's because, and I don't know for sure, I'm guessing, they're not fully doing it. And so whatever, if it was like a medical reason, whatever medical reason is not resolved.
Right.
And so it's like, well, I still feel crappy and I'm not eating pizza.
Yeah, right.
Why am I doing this? But my medical thing resolved quickly.
Right.
And when I felt different, I was like, oh, you don't have to be doubled over in pain every time you eat?
Right.
My entire life.
God.
I just thought that was normal.
My wife is the same way. She seems actually better recently. I don't know what she's been up to, but
She's sneaking a steak in.
no.
I know.
I mean,
She's not.
she's not.
She's not.
She's a veggie, but a pesky. But I mean, sometimes when she'd be anemic, her levels would be like that low.
I was anemic too,
and
on
it was
top
like,
of that.
You were?
Yes.
And it was like, I know you have a real sound reason for not eating this stuff, but one plate of liver and you're done.
She can take liver pills.
I know.
Yeah.
She's been able to resolve it, but in my mind, where I don't really have that moral quandary.
Yes. Am I gonna
if it's
gross
me
you out?
if it's me or whatever else, I'm gonna think about me first.
Oh, we know you think about you first. Hot air balloon, Tom.
Hey, I'm thinking about letting you park in my spot.
I appreciate you even entertaining the idea.
Right?
Bone broth. Will she eat? I mean, I know that comes from literally.
If
the
you can
word
call it
bone.
something different so she doesn't know it's bone broth, maybe.
Maybe chicken giggles. Makes the chickens seem like they're happy, like they're laughing.
Dandelion giggles?
Oh, dandelions, even better. Dandelion is great, but bone broth is so good for you.
Was that part of the COVID
I
kit?
did give you some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting to feel like amazing after it, and I didn't.
You had COVID.
Am I okay microdosing mushrooms?
I'm the wrong person to ask. The absolute wrong
What,
person.
mushrooms are actually really great for your gut biome.
They're great. Mushroom is neither a plant or an animal.
Yeah, it's its own fungi
thing. I'm so square.
I know, but you don't get high on it.
I know, but I'm so square.
Right.
Like, when it comes to that, that's the only Mormon part of me.
Right.
Like I got once way too high, and I got my mom way too high. Did I tell you that
Right,
story?
I remember that.
And I just can't ever again in my life.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, you do feel a little glimmer of a little rush of something at some point. It's not high, but you definitely, and then you just kind of are humming along like a regular day with a little more clarity and a little less stress.
All right.
Is what I'm finding. It's an experiment.
I support people who do it.
You do?
I'm just a real nerd.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
Right.
I went over to Ben Gleib's party the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it was just a cornucopia of whatever you know,
drugs.
And well, I'm not going to say that. This is going out into the internet. But, you know, it's what, you know, everyone is responsible. But I was like, sorry, no. Oh, thanks. Oh, you're so sweet to share. Oh, I appreciate it. Like, everyone's like, Kira, like, here, do this. Do you want to do this? Do you want to wrap this around? Do you want to, do you want to say, it goes in your butt? You know, and I'm just like, thanks, guys.
I'll be over here not eating the cake.
I know, nothing. I brought, like, I did bring food, and it was just meat.
That you could eat.
That I could eat.
Well, amazing. Well, this was a good episode because we covered activities. We covered things in the sea that want to kill us.
I don't know if I'm 100% on board, but yeah.
I know. Well, I'm going to bring you evidence next time.
Please.
When we do the next one, I'm going to bring you the whale evidence. And I didn't even give you examples or stories or anecdotes about what the alligators are up to.
Oh, the alligators will drag a baby into the water and devour it. Yeah, no, terrible. But I don't know if I'm on board with whales.
They're eating all the old people in Florida.
Oh, Jesus.
They just wait for them to walk their dogs past a little creek by a golf course and yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, they're douchebags.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Well, who, the old people or the alligators?
Both. They deserve each other.
Yeah, and we clarified how we're going to proceed. So if we are breaking bread together, as during the episodes, I'll bring you maybe some cheese cubes.
Perfect.
And some pepperoni.
I would love it.
Salted meats okay?
Salami?
Yeah. Salted meats are all right?
Absolutely.
All right. This is very exciting. Joey, sorry to throw you under the bus with the 4-ounce steak, but
Sorry, Joey, but
No, I get it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty unacceptable to me.
Well, it was just surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have to call him 4-ounce from now on.
That would be pretty great.
That might have to be my nickname.
Because I've been trying to call him Abraham Lincoln, but it's a mouthful.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Abe Lincoln? What about Abe Lincoln?
What about 4-ounce?
4-ounce for sure.
So we're gonna go on tour together. Just call 4-ounce. He'll tell you what the hotel is.
Perfect.
You having a problem with your plane ticket?
4-ounce will get it.
4-ounce will get it.
Yeah. I think it works.
This is very exciting. All right. Thank you so much, Kira. Thank you to nuts.com. I have a big show coming up in Las Vegas on Labor Day weekend on September 2nd. Everybody's got to come. And if you don't, make somebody in your life go to it. All my tour dates are available on tompapa.com. We're all in this together, so make some room. If you can continue to make comments, even if you have to open new accounts and give different reviews, you know how the internet works. Anything you want to plug?
I'll be in Alameda the second weekend of August.
Spelunking?
Yes, I'll be spelunking in Alameda at the Alameda Comedy Club.
All right, beautiful. We'll see you next time.